Welcome back everybody to another episode of Sneaker Updates. This will be Sneaker Updates number 48. If you happen to be new here, this has now become a weekly series on the channel, and if you're not familiar with the series, essentially we go over a variety of different sneakers, those of which got updates for throughout this week. For example, some of those may potentially include some Yeezys, Jordans, and more. But with that short little intro out of the way, why don't we jump right into the first update. So today, unfortunately, to a lot of you guys' dismay, we will not be talking about Off-White, aside from the fact that the Off-White Dunk release on offwhite.com was absolutely awful. But anyway, let's jump right into Yeezys. I'm not trying to waste any of you guys' time. So kicking it off, we have our first look at a new Yeezy 380. Courtesy of Yeezy Mafia, this is the Yeezy 380 Mist. These will be dropping for $230 in February of 2020. In addition to that, alongside these will be a reflective variant for these. And now in addition to that, on the non-reflective variant, you should expect to see a full family size run. Now moving on, of course, in 2020, we will be seeing multiple 350 V2s, one of which is the Yeezy 350 V2 Yeshaya. Now, we already talked about this multiple times in previous videos, however, I am mentioning them again specifically because they're not exactly what we expected. Initially, this is the mock-up that Yeezy Mafia had for us, and now obviously based off what we're seeing right now, it's not even close. So this is what you should expect to see when it comes to the release date, which is going to be in January of 2020 for $220. Then just a reminder that on December 23rd, the Yeezy 700 Azael, if I pronounced that correctly, will drop for $200. Expect these to be good profit with a good margin to be made on these, especially with that very low retail of only $200, not only for a Yeezy, but for a Yeezy 700, which would normally retail for $300. So that's something you absolutely gotta love about the Yeezy 700 V3. Oh, and not to mention when it does come to this colorway, if you were unaware, they did glow in the dark. So that's just another thing that's fantastic about them. Now, finally, the most exciting Yeezy update that I do have for you guys today, the most urgent one, the one that's actually going into effect tomorrow, December 21st, so shout out to you guys who have post notifications on. The most exciting news revolves around the Yeezy 350 V2 Zebra. These will be restocking December 21st, tomorrow, on Yeezy Supply. Now, to know how to cop these, to know how to obtain these, feel free to watch my video where I discuss all the manual exploits for the Demandware waiting room, which includes Yeezy Supply and Adidas.com, of course. All sizes, when it does come to these Yeezy 350 V2 Zebras, will be profitable. Now, with Yeezys out of the way, we had quite a lot to talk about there. Let's move on to some Jordans, where it's a little on the lighter side. So kicking it off, courtesy of Han Zuying, we have an in-hand look at the Court Purple Jordan 1. Of course, this is extremely reminiscent of the 2018 Court Purple, which dropped in October. Let me know what you guys prefer, though. Personally, I like the older one, but maybe I'll change my mind once I see these in person. But anyway, what matters is that these are dropping April 4th for $170. Now, moving on, we have a very interesting grade school Jordan 1 mid in green, turquoise, and orange dropping around March of 2020 for $100. Now, the only reason I'm mentioning these because, look, I know that they're mids and they're grade school because they're actually quite unique. They actually do have on the mid panels some 3M, so if you do shine a light on it or perhaps a flash from your phone, you will see that they are reflective. But when it does come to these, you should expect to see easy small profit under 5 and perhaps even 5 and 5.5. Now moving on, we now have an exact date for when the Jordan 13 Lucky Greens will be dropping. They will be dropping July 4th, Independence Day, for $190. Mock-ups courtesy of Z Sneakerheads for these. Now, despite this being a general release, this sneaker is quite a big deal for a lot of collectors. The reason being is because these are extremely similar to what we saw with the Ray Allen Player Edition. So this is the next best thing. I guess this is the poor man's version of the Ray Allen three-pointers. Now, moving on from those, official images have now loaded up for the Jordan 6 Denim. These drop December 28th for $200. Definitely a clean and unique personal pair, but nothing more. Finally, for the last Jordan related update, as you guys know, the Oregon Jordan 5s are one of the most coveted Jordan 5s of all time. In July of 2020 for $225, you will now have the opportunity to purchase the general release pair inspired by the colorway without the school branding, of course, which is very similar to what we saw happen when it came to the Michigan Jordan 12s, where those were the general release pair. So if you did always want a pair of these, but of course you can't afford to buy a $5,000 sneaker, this is the next best thing. This is the poor man's shoe. This is the type of thing that I would purchase. But now with Jordans out of the way, why don't we move on to some miscellaneous pairs? Kicking it off, we'll be getting a return from an old friend, the SB Dunk Low Ray Gun. Specifically on December 27th for $100, we will be seeing the tie-dye Ray Gun drop. Expect these to be easy small profit when it comes to men's sizes, especially smaller sizes in the men's. Then for the black pair, there will also be toddler pairs releasing, and then when it comes to the white pair, which should be even more profitable, they will be exclusive to skate shops only. Now moving on from there, we already saw a few Clot Air Force ones released this year, those of which have been performing incredibly despite the high retail of $250. However, we will be getting another one very soon, specifically January 11th for $250. We will be seeing the Rose Gold Air Force One release. Of course, without a doubt, these are going to be extremely profitable, despite the retail being somewhat high of $250. Then, courtesy of Koala HSH, we have an in-hand look at the Air Max 270 React Travis Scott. These drop in March for $190. Let me know what your thoughts on this pair. Some people are saying that these are probably even worse than the Jordan 33s, but personally I beg to differ. I think that if you were to put these on feet, they would actually look quite unique. Maybe not the best one, of course, but let me know what your thoughts are on this pair. I'm definitely interested in hearing what you have to say. Now, moving on, after a delay, the undefeated Air Max 90s finally have a release date for December 30th. Retail is $150 each. There are 4 total colorways, one being blue, one being yellow, and both of which of those coming in white and black. There's lunch money at best to be made when it comes in the larger sizes. That's about it. And then, of course, nice personal pairs. Then on December 28th, for $110, Colin Kaepernick Air Force Ones will release. These should be easy small profit to be made when it comes to any size. With that, I'm actually going to conclude it for today. So if you did happen to enjoy or perhaps learn a thing or two, feel free to leave a like on the video or also subscribe and turn on post notifications just so you're 100% updated on anything I mentioned today or for future hyped releases. With that, I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your day.
Get your foot off my foot.